Talked about independent versus dependent probability. What those two terms mean is that independent probability is when the outcome of one event is not affected by the second event. In this, the denominator is going to stay the same and some keywords are replaced, returned, or put back. Dependent probability, on the other hand, is when the result of one event affects the result of the second event. So our denominator is going to decrease in the second probability, and some keywords are going to be keep it or do not return. Let's practice this and see what happens. If I have a bag that contains 3 blue marbles and 5 red marbles, like you see in my picture, that means I'm going to have 8 marbles total. So I have 8 total marbles. That's an O there. Okay, I need to find the probability of drawing 2 blue marbles in a row without replacing after the first marble is picked. So, since I'm not going to replace the first marble after I pick it, that's going to be a dependent example, D for dependent. So what I need to see is, I want to draw a blue marble one time, then without replacing it, I want to draw a second blue marble. I need to find what's the probability of that. So I need to find probability of blue, comma, blue. To do this, I'm going to find 2 separate probabilities. So to start, my probability of getting a blue marble is going to be 3 out of 8. After I pick out one blue one, I've now changed or affected my new probability, hence why it's dependent. I now have a 2 out of 7 chance of picking out a blue marble. To find the probability of both events happening, I'm going to multiply them together. I can use my shortcut method when multiplying fractions. I have a 2 and an 8 on the diagonals. A 2 can go into both those. So 2 divided by 2 is 1, and 8 divided by 2 is going to be 4. Now I multiply numerators together. 1 times 3 is 3. Multiply denominators together, and I'm going to get 28. So I have a 3 out of 28 chance of getting 2 blue marbles in a row. Let's try our second example. I want to find the probability of drawing a red marble, replacing it, and then drawing a blue marble. Since I replace it, this is going to be an independent example. So to start, I need to find the probability, again, of red, replacing it, and then blue. To start, I have a 5 out of 8 probability of choosing a red marble. Since I put the marble back, I have not affected my denominator. I still have 8 marbles in the bag. So I have a 3 out of 8 chance of picking a blue marble still. I'm going to multiply together my 2 probabilities to find the combination of their probabilities, and I would get 15 over 64 as my answer. That's how you would do independent and dependent probability and find the probability of 2 events occurring.